Yeah, I don't know. It's weird that we're still calling it the same thing, even though he's
Yeah.
It's Grish and Krish. Sorry. Yeah, Krish is no longer with us, but we signed a 100 episode contract, so now it's just me. You know, two good friends shooting the shit. You know. Yeah, now it's just me shooting this shit with the producer, which is not only weird, but vastly inappropriate given the situation, so a little rough. Welcome. Do we have to keep doing this, or? Yeah, I just guess I'm not really feeling funny today, so.
What do you miss about him?
Oh, I mean, everything. We were coworkers, we were friends. Yeah, it's just, I guess it's weird. Like, it's just, he's gone. And I'm still filming our podcast.
Do you have any fun memories of you guys?
Lots of them, you know. I mean, he was always busy, so it was hard, but, you know, when we went to the water park, we filmed the podcast, the episode about that one. Yeah.
Tech was really hard on that episode.
Yeah. He got us banned.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The steal everything from the park store challenge didn't really work that well. It was super fun though. The viewers loved it.
He got a lot further than we thought he would.
He did, yeah. He, I think his record was did he get to 30? Was it maybe a little less than that?
I mean, yeah, but like I guess a lot of them were like the little candies.
That's true. We didn't put guidelines on it though. You know, Krish, she was always creative. But yeah, no, it was a good episode. I think he got a little overzealous when he started going for the big items. He probably could have kept going with those candies. Yeah, I mean, guess I could go back to the water park now.
Yeah. Have you done anything fun since the funeral?
Not really. For something that has the word fun in it, it's not very fun. I just don't really know what I'm gonna talk about by myself. I was always more of a banterer, so. But yeah, I don't really think I would replace him. So. I can't believe he died doing something for our stupid podcast. Kind of blame you, you know.
Blame me?
Yeah.
I don't know what you want me to say.
I just think that maybe it was a little irresponsible. That's all I have to say. That's nothing else.
I didn't force him to do it.
No, you didn't force him, but you knew him, and you knew what he was like, and you knew he would say yes. And he did. And you didn't give him a parachute. So.
Yeah, because if I gave him a parachute, it wouldn't have been funny.
Is death funny to you?
No, that's not what I meant.
I just want to know what you thought was going to happen, really.
Like, maybe a big splash.
When you hit the water from that many miles, it's...
I don't know what you want from me.
You know what I want from you, but can't get that one back.
Look, I'm sorry, okay?
That is mostly what I wanted.
I'm sorry.
Thanks. Took you a week to say it.
I haven't been able to sleep.
Yeah, you and me both, and now we're back on this podcast.
Stupid fucking. He loved this thing.
He did love this thing. I feel like it's only like my duty to continue it, you know? It's just hard, because you were right, he did have all the ideas, so it's just big shoes to fill, you know?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's all really sudden.
Yeah, no, it is. I've always wanted to be a songwriter. I think that I would be pretty good at that, but no ear for music. So I have my own life and my own hobbies. I always have, you know. Just trying to think of something.
Talk about your songs.
I mean, well, I haven't written any yet. I just, you know, I've always loved poetry. So, I thought that it would be really cool to like ascribe them to music. But I don't know. I don't know how people get past the barrier of starting to put music to the words. Like, I feel like I could do it, but I haven't gotten there yet. But maybe, you know, maybe I will. A lot of time to do stuff now.
A lot of this is gonna have to get cut. You're really just, yeah.
I don't know what you want from me. Making me film a podcast in light of the death of my podcast partner.
I'm not making you do it. You signed a contract. I don't want to be here either.
I didn't kill him.
I didn't kill him, okay?
Well, I've been thinking of picking up a new hobby. Thoughts on roller derby?
Yeah, that's like when you. Is that the one like where you roller skate around and shove people?
Yeah, that is the one. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
You know, graduating, so need to pick up a new hobby. And after I finish these 40 episodes, I won't have to do this anymore, so that'll be cool. Yeah.
Do the episodes pay good?
No.
No?
No, they don't. Yeah, I get like...
Yeah.
I've been getting a lot of money from the last one. But, you know, most of them don't do that well. So.
What about merch? You think about any merch?
Yeah, I mean, we have, like, the hats and stuff, so we could do that. Maybe we'll make more. There's something really frickin' cheap about making memorial merch, so I feel like maybe we aren't gonna. No, I think it's a no. See, you're nodding at me, but I think it's a no.
This next segment is sponsored by NordVPN. Thank you, NordVPN, for sponsoring this segment.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I don't know. You know, I've always believed in benevolent ghosts. But I don't know, I feel like maybe they could also be evil because, if Krish were reincarnated, he probably wouldn't, not reincarnated, if came back as a ghost, he would not be a benevolent one, I don't think. So. Yeah, I don't know. I think that the concept of death is really complicated. Like, who knows?
Probably Grish.
Well, he wouldn't be able to tell us, would he?
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe in ghosts, because I feel like if anyone was going to come back to haunt me, it would be Krish. I haven't seen anything yet, so probably not.
What do you think the fans are gonna think of this episode?
I mean, no one's more upset about it than I am, so, they probably, maybe they'll be happy about it. Probably not, though, because I think it's super inappropriate. But at least they get to see me, and at least I don't have another host. I really think they suggested it to me, and I was like, no, absolutely not. Like, I thought that was so inappropriate to have somebody else just replace him off the bat like that.
What were your favorite moments? I mean, you've talked about the water park thing. But.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had a lot of big moments. I just feel like every day was fun with Grish, He always had a new anecdote. Sometimes he'd just take us places because he'd be like, we need to do this right now. And it was never anything that deep. He also always had so many people around him at any given time. I didn't know somebody could know that many people. It was hard though. He didn't always have a lot of time, so that's why this was really good, because that's yeah. I found some prompts for this week's podcast, but they don't really work by myself. So, what's my biggest fear? It's actually, okay, honestly and truly being alone, which, not in, the metaphorical sense, but in, the actual sense. I hate being physically by myself, because maybe I do kind of a little bit believe in ghosts. Not really, but the horror movies get to you. Yeah. Not super deep though. I don't know, I feel like I'm not afraid of a lot of things. Because, a lot of the metaphorical things. I think I am afraid of a lot of, the human, evolution things. Yeah. Here I am alone now though, so. I've been trying to think of guests to bring on now that, it's just me. But I can't think of a single person who's not horrifically problematic, so drop some in the comments. Yeah. I was never even really into podcasts before this, actually. I always I'm the kind of person who has to do homework with no noise at all, because I'll get distracted and won't be able to do anything. So I had to do my research when I started doing this.
I haven't been able to be alone ever since this thing happened.
Yeah. I think my biggest piece of advice is just, it's actually funny, this is also my biggest piece of advice for starting college. Just stay busy. Not good for coping with your feelings, but I think if you don't, like, it's always the hack of, like, if you don't give yourself the space to be upset about things, then you won't have to be. Which, like, sounds bad, but it's like you do have to keep going, you know? So, that's what I've been trying to do. That's why I was like, I can pick up roller derby, you know, maybe. But I don't know if I have it in me. I'm like 5 feet tall, so. I know how to crochet. I haven't done it since I was like 10 years old, though, so probably have to learn some new stuff. But yeah. Krish would have never picked up crocheting.
Imagine Krish crocheting.
No.
You could probably call it something stupid.
Call it like crocheting or something. Yeah.
I think I heard Krish say something about a tour. He
Oh.
wanted to do.
Yeah. No, I don't think that. Well, that's probably not going to happen anymore. But yeah, we could have gone on tour. Yeah. I mean, it's probably for the best anyway, because I don't really know how, like, podcast format would translate well to the stage, but still would have been fun, you know? I've always wanted to go out west, so that would have been exciting. But I could go out west. I've always wanted to see California. Maybe I'll see other stuff, you know? Yeah. I'll probably have to switch my format in the coming episodes. Gotta do more research, you know? We can't just, like, come in with a topic and talk. I have to kind of, like, you know, I guess the people I'm talking to now are gonna be the viewers, so I have to prepare for that. Maybe I could make it about improv. No, it's crazy. Maybe though, you know? You'd probably make fun of me for that. Doing a podcast about improv, especially our podcast about improv. I don't know, would people even watch an improv podcast? Probably not.
I feel like those exist.
Maybe. Do they exist?
I don't know.
I should probably know, right? Sorry, it's been so awkward. It's just, you know, usually we're a little more animated, but it's a weird situation.
I was there for his auditions.
Yeah. Oh my god, his auditions. I remember that. He was always so, like, I always felt like he was, like, made for this format, because anytime I've ever seen him do anything, he's just played himself. So, there's so many gags throughout this whole thing, and they've, you know, he's always done all these funny things, but I know he wasn't really even acting, you know? It was just kind of what he would do on the everyday. Should have been there for, like, the rest of his, like, just the rest of his life. He's just always like that. Was just always like that. Yeah, but yeah, maybe improv be a good format for me. Like, I could start with, like, the guide to yes and too cheesy. Okay, maybe not. But, like, you know, like the important, like the essentials. Playing characters that aren't yourself. That would be mean. Maybe just my life, you know. Just start from the beginning and go up until now. Remember when he joined that frat? No one could forget because it was literally all he did that whole time. And he would like use all of his like frat words around us, which was always really funny because like none of us were like Greek lifey enough to understand any of it. He'd be like, I'm pledging or like whatever, and I'd be like, I don't know anything you're saying, Krish. I don't know, you could always still find him, you know?
Yeah.
No, not so much.
Yeah, they didn't find the body, did they?
No, I mean like maybe they will. It's just kind of it's in the water. So I just like, you know, it's hard to just talk like just by myself, you know. You know, my favorite podcasts are when people are big like experts about things, and then they'll like talk about those things. Like I listened to one about sound design that I really like. Yeah, I've also, going to admit this on film, listened to the Glee one where they go through all the Glee episodes. So I guess I could model myself off of one of those now. Probably not the Glee one though. You know,
Yeah.
things can only go so far. Maybe I will get back into improv. You really liked improv.
The Buffalo Improv House, right? They
Yeah.
do stuff.
Yeah, they do them in Buffalo.
I should make sure the camera's still running. Just, you know, sometimes they die.
Yeah. They do sometimes die.
I didn't mean that. I didn't mean it, okay? That's not what I meant.
I don't know. I just think that maybe in this moment it was a little insensitive is all I'm saying.
I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back.
I think the most important skill to develop with improv is probably listening. I feel like in this corporation I haven't always been super listened to, so especially when I said don't do dangerous stunts. So yeah, I think listening, it's a really good tool to have honestly in all of life. It's not really like a one-sided thing, you know. I think that you can always tell a lot about a person based on how they do improv, you know, whether or not they are willing to accept reality and learn things, you know, listen to the other people in the room. That's always like a big thing. So that's my main tip when it comes to that stuff, is kind of like listening. I think that it makes a big difference. Like, can you create a story? You know, like that's kind of what I think about. So. Teaser for the improv podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think creating a good story is also important, though. You know, random stuff is can only get you so far. So. Yeah. I think it's a good model for the rest of life. I think I've learned a lot from improv and the people I've met there. It's taking me places I didn't know I was ever going to go. So that's pretty cool. But I'm excited to keep this going, you know. I hope that maybe you guys can tell me about things that you might want to hear about. You know, guests that I can bring on. I'm never going to replace him. I don't want to replace him, but I do have to do 40 more episodes. So would love to hear your thoughts. Maybe I'll keep it going after that. I don't know. Probably not, though. Just feels weird. Yeah, I feel like maybe this episode will also make me more money. It's not about the money. It's never been about the money. We did it because we loved it. So. I think I do believe in ghosts. I don't know. You know? Like, maybe a little bit. Like, I think we think of them as, like, evil. And I've always said, like, I don't really think they're evil ghosts. But I feel like the concept of, like, dying, but then not necessarily moving on, like, that's not that crazy, you know?
He was in this room right now. He was going like, oh shit, Arya, you're bombing so hard.
Maybe I wouldn't be bombing so hard if he hadn't bombed so hard. He never would have said that to me.
I don't know, like, I get paid minimum wage.
I get paid per stream, so. No one's getting paid that much here. I think that your minimum wage should have covered not killing my co-host.
Yeah, it's crazy that they didn't fire me.
It is actually insane that they didn't fire you. I feel maybe that nobody else wants to work here, and that might be the problem. Maybe I shouldn't have chosen to be located in Buffalo. Here we are. Here you are.
Yeah. Yeah, after I tried getting a different job after the thing. I'm not here by contract, but no other place would take me.
No, I don't think that anywhere would hire you after you, like, purposely put people's lives in danger. I'm not that surprised, no.
I thought it was safe, you know. I thought it was safe.
Maybe it's the fault of them, really. Because honestly, it is common sense, but those trainings are supposed to cover that kind of stuff.
I mean, like, the idea went through multiple levels of, like, you know, getting it checked off.
Nobody checked with me. Maybe I'm the only non-idiot in this entire corporation.
You were sick. You were sick that week.
I was sick for 1 week.
Yeah.
And
We didn't want to bother you.
I'm feeling kind of bothered now.
You know, I asked Krish, hey Krish, should we ask Arya? And Krish was like, no, let's not bother them. It'll be fine. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, of course he would have said that. I should have been there.
Well, he didn't want you to worry, okay? Because he knew if you knew, then you'd worry.
Yeah, and I would have been right. I would have been right to worry.
Okay. We're almost at time.
Thank God. All right. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Sorry that it was so awkward. But new things will be, you know, coming forward. So we're gonna get through this together. So yeah. You know, it sucks, obviously, but, you know, I appreciate all of you watching out there for continuing to listen. Hope you guys continue to watch and listen. Thoughts on the improv podcast? If you hate it, you know, let me know. Let me know about guests, I guess. Shout out to the patrons. What the fuck?